Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Alex here. What have we been doing? We're back on the saw bench getting a load of hardwood processed. We had, as I said other time, we had quite a lot of this rough kind of mixed kindling slash wood chip come in. We're just going to grade out the last of this. We've got a nice pile of kindling there, which will start back, which was keeping bagging up. It's quite a long process. We've then got all the fines come out there. That's going to go off hopefully fairly soon. Give us a bit more space because we've got a local consumer here. He wants 4 wagon loads of chip, but he's got a very funny boiler, small scale boiler. It can definitely only take G30. Any big bits get stuck, so we need to screen out 100 tons in here, which is good. We'll make a nice hole in this shed and we can get it refilled again for winter, so that's all quite good. Yeah, so we're having a little bit of maintenance here on the kit, which we do every morning. Richie's on the saw, just tidying up and greasing up, and then he's going to go and grease up the macro, tidy up that. So yeah, all good here. I've got 4 bags to take out, so I'm off on deliveries. Okay, so I'm just back from the log deliveries and I've come to the side of the building, and Barry and Richard are just putting in the drying tunnel, which will connect up with the new biomass boiler. So we'll just have a little look at that. Are you all right, Barry? So there's our drying tunnel. Barry put it together last night. You have to get inside and bolt these 2 sections together. We put these here. We're not sure if they're the right position or not. We may move them further down the end, and we're going to make a little bit of a sloping angle on this so that the air is blown in through here and then fills up that tube, and then we can attach a hook lift via a tunnel onto that, and away we go, hopefully. So we got Phil in back from Total Biomass Solutions. He's just checking all the motors, so on the biomass boiler here. So we'll have a look and see how he's getting on. Okay, we've got 3 faults. Sensor missing up.
So there's another one of these around the back, which detects the return sensor.
The what, return temperature, water temperature?
Yeah,
okay.
Obviously we know about the magic eye that's being cut. This.
Yeah.
That stops everything.
I see.
It doesn't allow it to go to its next cycle.
Because otherwise it could damage the boiler, couldn't it, if it's coming back too cold or hot?
Well, this is basically to make sure that the fan's getting air in the boiler before it will allow it to go through its cycle, before it can start to feed, before it can deash. So it stops it from supplying any power to any one of the 3-phase motors.
Okay. Sounds like a crucial piece.
I've just found out quite a lot of information about this boiler as well.
Okay, very good.
The 5 of them was all working together, pretty much.
Yeah, that's what I was told. Yeah.
In a sawmill in Birmingham.
Okay, yeah, that makes that
sense.
sense.
Run flat out, not maintained, because the guy who I've been speaking to knew about the boilers. So the poor maintenance, always breaking down. So he's getting me a quote for this telco unit, which controls all sensors, the sensor and the other sensor.
Yeah.
They're ringing office with a price. So as soon as office have got a price, I'll tell you. I don't know.
Yep, sure. Just let me know.
But yeah, without that, we can't get any further.
I see. Okay. And it's this sensor here, is it?
That's the sensor control unit.
Yeah.
So that controls each of the sensors. So you've got one on either side of your fan.
Okay.
One up there and then one on return flow.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can balance temperatures in and out of the boiler. So until we've got that, I'm afraid we're stopped again.
Okay, all right then. Let's see what the cost is.
Yes.
we'll have to get it ordered.
It sounded really promising, to be honest. I mean, it sounded really, really nice and helpful, and English guy.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah.
God, I didn't want to thought we were in England.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Right, okay, good. Let's find out what we got then. Okay, so that was quite interesting, just a little bit of history of that boiler. When I went to buy one of them, that one, there were 4 others sitting there, and they said they'd been run as a unit, and he just said, obviously you heard that they've been worked pretty hard without much service. So, yeah, we'll see how they run in practice. I mean, I think a lot of these things, if you buy well, you tend to find you can get the spares, and then you can get them patched up and they'll run all right, but you've got to service them. And clearly that last company wasn't doing that, but we'll stick with Total Biomass and they'll do the servicing for us. So hopefully we'll find that it's not, they run okay once we've got proper service and maintenance plan in place. So we're just up at the top barn here. They've got the rest of the wheat harvest to do. They had 15-20 lorries come in this week and just scoop out all the wheat. Well, half the wheat that was in the shed, so it's made a bit of room. We've got 100 acres of wheat to do now. In the meantime, our turbine got struck by lightning, so we've got a lad up there just trying to mend it at the moment. So yeah, funny things that happen. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, he's just halfway up the blade. He's got some kind of sanding unit there, and he's obviously got mending the cracks that occurred in the turbine when the lightning struck. So yeah, he's fairly high up. The hub height's I think about 66 meters up there. He's probably about 45 meters off the ground there. So yeah. Okay guys, so I've just had a chat with the guys who are doing the service on the wind turbine, and they did a bit of sanding and filling on the base, on the wing, on one of the blades of the turbine. So they're just letting it dry off now before they restart it. It's a nice windy day, so we could have that happening, but we could have it turning, so they'll get it back running. But it's just quite interesting. They do have copper inside, and it sort of arcs down to the central hub, the electric, when it gets struck. If they didn't have that piece of copper, it would just blow the blades off. And apparently, it does happen quite a bit. These lightning strikes. So they're coming out, sanding it, refilling the carbon fibre, or the fiberglass, I should say, of the blades. So yeah, quite an interesting chat just to have with the guys there. Okay, so we just got the Sparkies in. They're going to be installing the control panel here. Just going to stick up there. This is all plumbed in, ready to roll once we've got those spare parts on order. So yeah, haven't quite yet built the piece down here. That'll be next week's job, just to fit that structure in place between those two, and hopefully away we go with the boiler being tested thereafter. That is a good sized bit of wire, isn't it?
Alright.
Fair amount of armouring on it too, isn't there? Yeah. What will that take then, Craig?
About 63 amps, because obviously we've only got 63 from that little board, haven't we? Because the big board's full.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
So, but there's
Yeah.
plenty for all it is.
Yeah, okay. Cool. And so you put the wire in here, and it goes up to the door, and you've got the blue switch there for the door. Fantastic, mate. Really good. Perfect. Okay, thanks, mate. Cheers. Okay, so Sparky Craig has just put in the big cable there to run the fuse board off of. So if we have any other projects to do, there'll be sufficient capacity. And we'll just take a look at the heat exchanger itself and the fan, and just see what we've got on there. Okay guys, so this has all been plugged in. I've just switched it on briefly. All the lights seem to come on and everything. So we are ready to roll on getting this operational, which is really exciting. We're just waiting for the parts from Phil at Total Biomass for inside with the boiler. There are a few magic eyes that need to come, and then we can test all the motors working, and we can also then build our wood chip bunker, which is going to sit right in here, and they're going to build a sort of plywood frame so that the chip doesn't go mouldy that sits on the bottom. So that's going to be, that's hopefully going to happen next week or the week after. So that'll be great. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that little update on our biomass boiler.